So Aries, you're coming into the month really moving. There, this energy can be as literal as moving away from some type of abusive or unhealthy kind of relationship, that physically moving, or emotionally, intellectually moving space, because whatever you are leaving behind is no longer serving you. And your strength may be playing a big role in this right now, and you may not feel very strong. You may feel a little bit weak, and you may feel like this has beat you up a bit, but you are very, very focused on this coming to an end, and not only it coming to an end, but being able to rebirth it in the way in which you would like. Every end is followed by a beginning. The darkest nights, the sun still comes up. Like, you're very focused on, okay, I've had enough of whatever this is, and I need to make a change. I need to put this behind me, literally, and move my ass forward. And you have the Magician coming in from a past card. So this may very well be you really focused in on manifesting the life that you want, being actively engaged in practicing of the law of attraction, if you will, thinking better thoughts, being honest with yourself, utilizing your assets properly to move yourself in the direction you want to go. And you are really, like, the Death card couldn't be more straightforward. You want this over with, whatever this is. And in your strength area, we have the Eight of Swords. So typically this card is seen as very like self-limiting, or not being aware of what's around you, and kind of closing in on yourself and closing your eyes and if I don't move and if I don't know what's there, then I can't get hurt, and I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to be still. As a strength, it may be very good for you right now to be careful, to not limit yourself, but to be aware of your limitations, is how I'm reading this right now. To be aware. And I hate telling people to set limits on yourself, because I don't like that. I don't really want to tell you to set limits, but just be consciously aware of your thought patterns right now, because a lot of this is these are her thoughts, and these are all the negative things and all the things she set up around her to keep her enclosed there. So she doesn't know if they're really there or not. That's just what she's imagining under her blindfold. So as a strength, this is use your thought powers right now. Use your abilities to imagine the possibilities, but not in a negative way. Use it in a very analytical way of what's serving me, what's not, what's going to benefit me, what's not, what can I physically do right now and what I can't, and working on just having a more logical view on what's happening in your surroundings. And then we're followed by the Moon card here. And the Moon card is one of my favorite cards. It comes out a lot in my readings. It's a big, like healing moon tarot. So this is kind of an upcoming energy for you. This is something you need to be aware of in May. That this card can really speak of your intuition and knowing what's right for yourself. It can also speak of different viewpoints and perspectives, because what shows in the day does not show at night, and vice versa. And how things appear under those two different lights are different. And what are the shadows? And this can really speak to the shadows within yourself. Traumatic experiences, or things you've held on to your entire life, these like subconscious shadows that are hidden inside of you, that maybe be may be being brought into a different light because you are moving, you're changing your perspective on this, and you're focusing differently this month. And it may really lead to you intuitively being more conjoined with where you want to go in the life that you want to have. And our suggestion card is the Two of Coins. So the Two of Coins, he's juggling, and he is multitasking, and he's making it work. And this card speaks of being flexible, going with the flow. The sea's topsy-turvy in the background. He has this thing going, and no, they may not be equal, but they're still, he's capable of keeping this flow going, right? So this kind of energy can be exhausting. It can wear you out. You can get worn a little thin. However, this is something you're capable of, and it's being suggested to you this month to keep juggling. Make sure you keep the momentum going. It's not going to last forever. And this is followed by the Seven of Swords, and he's kind of known as the sneaky thief. He's stealing away 5 of 7 swords. And this card, this is in your need to know area. So either both sides of the coin, maybe you need to take care of yourself first right now. You need to be self-serving. And that's probably why you have 2 cards that are moving away with swords. You have 4 sword cards right there, all in the top here. So there is a lot of analytical brain power happening this month. And so with these 2 cards, these 2 are moving. This is how you came into the month, and this is what you need to, one of the things you need to know this month. So either someone could be physically taking something from you. They could be investigating you. They could be stealing time away from you, or just like sneaking away kind of thing. Or that could be you. Are you being sneaky with how you spend your time just so you have more time to yourself? Is there something happening in your job where you're not being straightforward, even as far as thinking like plagiarism type something? But you need to know that this energy is in your life right now, and it's being called to your attention. So whether it's you or somebody else in your life, be mindful of that. If it's you, is it keeping you up at night? Because that's your next card. Or, are these kind of behaviors eating you? Because this person can't sleep because of all of these thoughts. Let's rack them up. This is all the stupid stuff I've done, or these are all the bad choices I've made, or these are, I haven't been good to myself. I haven't been taking care of myself. Whatever I've done, guilt. I'm getting that very strongly from this card, especially in this placement. You are scared that this is how you're going to continually feel. You're going to continually question the actions that you've taken and the thoughts that you've had, and it's snowballing. With all these swords, I see this kicking your ass. And then we end down here with the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is all about structure, whether this be within an actual religious setting, spiritual setting, school, some kind of hierarchy where there's someone that holds you accountable, and there's certain rules and regulations to the system. So whether this be your work, your religion, you going to school, continuing your education, whatever you're doing, this energy is going to be very prevalent with you by the end of May. So I believe that's calling to your attention to it. If this stuff is really keeping you up at night, if you have committed behaviors that you feel guilt or shame over, you may very well need to spend some time structuring your life so you can work through dealing with yourself. You may very well need to seek some counsel of some sort, whether it be a friend, a professional, self-help book, whatever works for you. But that just pulls you into accountability with yourself, pulls you into some kind of structure that's going to help teach you how to better deal with this stuff. This is some heavy things. And I really get a strong feeling that, for a lot of you, it's this reevaluation of your relationships and where and how you spend your time. And you might be willing to leave it all. You're just ready to walk away from it and it be done. And you don't feel strong and you don't feel safe and you don't feel like you know what you need to know. You may be feeling like you're getting like physically stolen from, or you're committing those kinds of behaviors because of the situation you're in. It may be necessary for you to commit some of these behaviors. It may be necessary for you to sneak away, or it may be necessary for you to cut off resources or something with someone because it's not healthy. So regardless of how this is playing out, and with these general readings, I'm still new to doing this for general, and for, 50 or 100 or however many people watch this. In a personal reading, I would go much more in depth with some of these things, but I'm trying to keep it general. Because regardless of what your position is in this month, Aries, these energies are there. And you're going to be dealing with them in some capacity. And by mid-May, when the Uranus moves and all of these things happening, this could definitely cause some of this restructuring to happen in your life. So I believe it's important for you this month to love yourself regardless and be understanding and give yourself time to deal, and don't be too harsh and mean on yourself and all of those good things that could go on and on. But instead, I'm going to pull an oracle card and see what that has to say. And these cards are so big, they're hard for me to shuffle. I guess it's that one. Open your heart. And we're even going to consult the book just because we can. I'm still relatively new to these. The truth of our world, nature, and environment is love. This is eternal love that makes no demands, has no expectations, and does not place limits or conditions on us. There is an opportunity for each and every person to experience love at this deepest level if they are willing to be open. Love can and will flow into your hearts, but only if you allow it. It will change your perception, nurture and hold you, and even give you strength to endure hardships. Take a moment, open your heart, and allow love to bring you joy, serenity, renewed energy, passion, and total unrelenting happiness. Well, how freaking beautiful is that? So, I think that is a beautiful card to get right now, just to remind you that it is there. Where you're at currently may not feel like this at all, but that doesn't mean it'll never be. That doesn't mean that it can't come into your life. Especially with the Magician coming up in your past. Like, I think you know that you can create the life you want, that you have a conscious role in manifesting in your life. But that doesn't mean that it's always easy, and it doesn't mean that the path from A to Z is a straight, smooth path. Like, coming to terms with some of this stuff and dealing with it is not comfortable, typically. But if you're in a constant reminder that love is there, it's around us all the time, we can share really awesome relationships with people that are just going to help us overall in our life. Like, I think that's kind of the point of us being here, is to experience that beautiful unconditional love. And it's really, really sad when we don't allow ourselves to do that. So yeah, this was heavy. Yeah, but that's okay. And a kid just tried to interrupt me and they got themselves.